It is sadly a bleak start to the new year, with 7 people now confirmed to have died and 2 others unaccounted for in our state's worst ever bushfire crisis. Now, this is the terrifying scene south of Nowra, captured on a GoPro camera as the New Year's Eve inferno roared through. And this is the outlook facing thousands of holidaymakers and residents trying to flee the South Coast before the next catastrophic conditions move in on Saturday. We'll have more of that soon from our reporters across the fire zone, but we begin with Alex Hart near Batemans Bay, where scores of homes have been lost.
Comforting each other when all home comforts are gone.
It's haunting and it is devastating.
A once idyllic coastal community now in ruins. For some, North Rosedale had been a residential retreat. For others, a holiday haven.
My husband died 3 years ago and I'm just glad he's not here to see it. It's just, what do I do from now?
This had been the Isaacsons' family home for more than 40 years.
It's devastating, yeah. Just like Armageddon here, it's unbelievable.
Nearby, the only things to withstand the flames were a pizza oven and cricket stumps. Sisters Jen and Kate have just that and memories.
Today is just so sad because my dad put in so much effort into this house, and it's a family home.
Yeah, it's our every holiday. We bring the kids here every holidays, and that's all they've ever known.
Yeah.
Still fresh, yesterday's horror.
Rosedale's gone. Rosedale's done like a dinner. Embers came in too fast. There's embers absolutely everywhere.
And they were unstoppable. Locals forced to flee, not knowing what they'd come back to.
The whole of Rosedale's gone up. It's a lost cause.
It was completely overwhelming and indescribable.
Indescribable on so many fronts. The death toll from the South Coast fires, now 7, after 3 more fatalities were confirmed this afternoon. One, a man found in a burnt-out car near Lake Conjola. Another person also killed nearby. Another is missing. And this new year, bringing another terrible statistic.
There's 176 homes confirmed lost.
But the fires do rage on. It is a time of great challenge for Australia.
A nightmare that shows no signs of abating. These were once million-dollar views.
Oh my God!
Where the view from the ocean yesterday was terrifying.
Bloody hell.
Among the rubble, a property just recently sold.
It sold for $1.5 million, over 1.5. It's the highest sale in North Rosedale. Just unbelievable, can't believe it.
A neighbouring area was also in the firing line, but incredibly under these flames, these log cabins built 90 years ago survived. Its owners sheltered at the beach, watching the flames rage through.
We were literally in the water under ember attack and looking up and just seeing the whole of the hill engulfed. Basically, I had tears in the eyes, thought they were gone.
Destruction too on the main street of Mogo, where a row of stores once stood, including a bookshop.
This is what used to be my shop. It's called Milston's Past and Present, and we also live on top of the shop, so we've lost our home and our shop. All we've saved is some pottery from the pottery across the road. You see pictures on TV, but you never think it's going to happen to you.
Dozens of homes have been lost here. Cherie Nye was trapped with her family, terrified.
Yesterday Yesterday I thought I was going to die. I really did. And I don't pray to the Lord very often, but yesterday I never prayed so hard in all my bloody life.
A wall of flames surrounding their home.
The trees were throwing fireballs at us. Fireballs.
Resources are being sourced from wherever possible. A military helicopter today brought in to ferry some of the burned to Sydney. The Premier visited Batemans Bay, hearing firsthand how the community had pulled together.
A man and woman opened up their house and let 27 of them sleep in the house because they had nowhere else to go.
Also caught up in the crisis, Transport Minister and local MP Andrew Constance. 7 News filmed him yesterday at his property. It was saved.
Oh, I don't give a stuff about that, quite frankly. I mean, I'm lucky 6 of my neighbours aren't. One of them an RFS guy.
One of the biggest frustrations for people here and their loved ones elsewhere is not knowing, unable to get back in to see if their houses are still standing, and unable to get the message out with power, internet and phones down that they're okay. In the midst of so much loss, though, Mogo Zoo still stands. All animals survived as the fire fury raged around them.
It was pretty scary for a while, but the team here is amazing, and it's due to them and the prayers from the whole country that we survived.
All down the South Coast tonight, the fear remains that this devastation will be exacerbated within days, with more bad conditions forecast for Saturday.
Let's go live now to Alex Hart, who's in Batemans Bay. Alex, good evening. Now, look, lots of people are stranded down there. What is being done to help get them out?
Michael, we understand the RFS is about to reveal plans for a mass exodus operation, trying to get tens of thousands of tourists stranded in the South Coast region out of here as quickly as possible. But one of the big problems people are facing is a lack of access to fuel. What you can see behind me is a queue of traffic heading north out of Batemans Bay, not to get out of the region, but to get access to the only petrol station selling fuel. It's being run by generators. The bad news for these cars here, though, this petrol station has just run out of petrol. So the RFS now is working on plans to bring in emergency supplies of fuel and also generators to try to open up some of the petrol stations further to the south. At the moment, the only way out of here is to the south via Bega, but there are plans to try to reopen a lane of the Princes Highway heading north as quickly as possible. Another problem for people around here, price gouging. We're seeing an example just further north of Batemans Bay, where a service station is selling a 24-pack of water for $48, double what you would pay in Sydney. Now, there are two main reasons for trying to get people out of here so quickly. The damage to the infrastructure will take days, possibly weeks to fix, and we know those horror fire conditions are also just a couple of days away. Michael.
All right, Alex Hart, thank you there. Let's go to Sam Brett, who's just arrived at Lake Conjola, where dozens of homes have been lost. Sam, good evening to you. What is the scene there like this evening?
Michael, good evening. Well, the scene here is of absolute devastation at Conjola Park. 89 homes here have been destroyed. In fact, if you can see behind me, there are scenes like this right up and down the street. I'm looking at a home in front of me. It is still on fire. It is still smouldering, and there is smoke right throughout this area. The residents here are angry. They haven't been able to get out of this area because, unfortunately, if they do, the Princes Highway in both directions is blocked off, so they really have nowhere to go. 6 kilometres from here where I am west. Unfortunately, that is where 2 people died. And tonight, one woman, a 70-year-old woman, is missing from this area. So certainly, Michael, awful, awful scenes here tonight.
All right, Sam, thank you for that.